guess I just hello. I gotta shave, getting fuzzy. I guess I'm just gonna do a slightly different recording this week. Mostly because I woke up this morning and I was thinking about I was thinking about superheroes. Obsessively thinking about superheroes. I mean, it's what I do. And what I was actually thinking about was the fact that some superheroes, they seem to be divided into, it seems like two camps, really. And that's the superheroes that are regular people and then they put on a suit, a uniform, I guess, or a costume, and that's where their power comes from. Their power comes from the suit or the item that they carry with them or whatever. And then you have the other group who are the actual superhumans, the metahumans or the mutants. They always have their power. Like, they can never turn it off. So they're walking down the street in jeans and a t-shirt and they're still super. They still have powers. It's just thinking about like people like Superman, who always has powers, Spider-Man, who always has powers, but then you have like Iron Man, who puts on a suit and then he has powers. Even though, yeah, Superman and Spider-Man put on suits, that's not where their powers come from. It's just well, for Spider-Man, I think it's really Spider-Man. I think it's just to mask his identity, because he's not exactly loved in his neighborhood. Superman, I don't know really what his deal is with that outfit. Not really. I mean, they always have excuses for it, including in that most recent Superman movie, I think. But then you have I like tokusatsu. So I like Kamen Rider. I really like Kamen Rider. But all of those, all the Kamen Riders, they have an item that transforms them, and they put on a suit, and that's where the power comes from. Otherwise, they're just regular people. I like Super Sentai, or Power Rangers, if you want. Also, magical items that put a suit onto them, and that's where they get their powers from. And then Garo, which is a little bit more of a darker version of tokusatsu, and still magical items, transform, put on a suit, powers. I love that though. I love that. I don't know why I never thought about those two camps until today, when I thought about Batman. Where does Batman fall? He's sort of neutral, because he's a regular guy. He doesn't have superpowers. He puts on a suit, but it doesn't give him powers. He's got a lot of gadgets, but he doesn't have powers. Unless you consider being crazy a superpower. Because Batman is definitely crazy. In order to do what he does, you have to be nuts. Or borderline nuts. I mean, I'm convinced Batman is crazy. Bruce Wayne is crazy. Batman is the form of his insanity. I'm certain of that, yes. But I think it's kind of neat. I'm not a huge Batman fan. I don't like the rich boy aspect of him. It's a little too convenient. It'd be more interesting if he was a street level sort of character who still did what he did. He took time out of his life to do what he does, but I guess it's convenient. It gives him the ability to create all those gadgets instead of him, I don't know, being able to figure out how to make homemade gadgets like these that sometimes break on him, you know. I guess his gadgets do break on him still, but I think they would break a lot more frequently if they were homemade. Is there a Marvel Comics equivalent of Batman? Like just somebody that's crazy that puts on a suit and fights crime that doesn't have powers? No, I wouldn't consider the Punisher that. He's sort of a different kind of vigilante. And he doesn't need to have the suit. A lot of times he doesn't wear his uniform. He just goes around in a t-shirt and jeans and a jacket. I don't know. Anyways, I like Batman. It's pretty cool. In a weird sort of way. He's crazy. The fact that he doesn't have powers. And he puts on that suit and he goes out into the city and he protects people and he does a very good job at it. It's kind of cool. But the coolest thing is he has the respect of everybody else in the Justice League, and most of the Justice League are metahuman. They are actual super powered people. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Superman, Martian Manhunter, all these people have superpowers in their regular everyday life. Not Batman, but he still has their respect. Respect enough that he can stand right beside them. That's pretty cool. Let me know which group you like, or if you like both. I like both. Which would you be if you had to choose? If you could choose, which would you be? I think I would prefer the magical item so that I could transform and put on a uniform. I would prefer to actually put on a uniform and be able to take off the uniform and just be regular sometimes. Because it seems like a burden to always have your power on at all times. Especially if your power is like Superman's power. He's too strong all the time. He has to constantly be aware of what he's doing or he could hurt everyone and everything around him. That sucks. The same kind of goes for Wonder Woman. I think Aquaman is super strong too. Anyways, yeah, let me know which you would be, which camp you would want to be in, and I guess even what kind of power you would have. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know what kind of power I would have. Probably something water-based. Water-based. Yeah. Probably. Okay, anyways. Thanks for watching. Bye.